Every time you turn on the news, I don't think you've ever had a conversation like, "Hey, I feel great after watching the news." It's like we're always drawn to negativity. We have clickbait everywhere, social media making it feel like our lives aren't enough. We spend every day comparing and having negative thoughts all day. I read this quote by Heath Ledger that goes like this: "Everyone you meet always asks if you have a career, are married, or own a house as if life was some kind of grocery list. But no one ever asks if you are happy. So are you happy?" This quote is pretty deep because we get caught up in everything. We buy nice cars, buy nice clothes, put ourselves into debt trying to impress people we don't like. But if you were happy, would any of it matter? Authentic Happiness by Martin Seligman will teach why happiness and optimism matter, and how you can become happier and more optimistic. Let's get started. So what type of emotions do we have? Seligman divides positive emotions into 3 temporal categories. We have the past, which is satisfaction, contentment, pride, serenity in the things we've done. We have the future, which is optimism, hope, confidence, trust, and faith of the future. But what we have to focus on the most is, of course, the present. So there are 3 types of present positive emotions. The first is bodily pleasures, such as sexual feelings, good taste and smells, good sounds like music. And then there's higher pleasures. They are set off by more learned and complex mechanisms. They include ecstasy, thrill, bliss, gladness, fun, comfort, amusement, and relaxation, those kind of things. The third one is gratification. Gratifications are not feelings but activities that absorb and engage us. These activities allow us to experience flow. It's easy to enjoy pleasures because they require no training, virtues, or skills. But to enjoy gratification, one must also develop strengths and virtues. So this is like you working hard on playing guitar, and after you get really good, you start to enjoy it. Now I want to talk about the different stages of life's pleasure. There's the pleasurable life, which is heavy in pleasure but not gratification. This is like driving a Ferrari, drinking champagne, banging super fine women, and getting drunk in the clubs. It's the pleasurable life. It's heavily based on bodily pleasures, but it does have a few drawbacks, including habituation, where you get used to it and it's not pleasurable anymore. Sort of like when you get that new iPhone and you're so excited, you don't want to break it, you're so careful. Then 2 weeks later, you don't care to throw it on your bed, the table, the ground, because you're used to having it now. It's also called hedonistic fallacy, which means when you finally have it, you realize it doesn't make you happy. That's kind of like chasing the hot girl, working so hard and then after you bang her, you don't really care anymore. Or the cat that keeps chasing the dangling string, and as soon as you give it to them, they don't care to play with it anymore. The second one is the good life. It's heavy in gratifications, using your signature strengths every day to produce authentic happiness and abundant gratification. The good life requires your self-awareness, finding out what you like doing, getting good at it, and putting it into service of something larger. So this is like you taking up guitar, and then you end up making a CD with the band, showcasing all your talent. And then there's the meaningful life. It's like the happy life, but adds one more layer. You are using your signature strengths in the service of something larger than you are. So again, we'll use the guitar example. But now maybe you are using it to put on concerts and entertaining fans and sending your message out to the next generation. And finally, we have the full life. When you combine all of them, you get a full life. Seligman defines it as experiencing positive emotions about the past and future, savoring positive feelings from the pleasures, deriving abundant gratification from your signature strengths, and using these strengths in service of something larger to obtain meaning. A full life takes into account all pleasures, but work to develop our strengths, which we can apply to the greater good, and that will make you happy. If you got value from this video, like it, and if you have any interesting comments, comment down below. And if you wanted more videos like this, subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you did feel like supporting this channel in a huge way, there is a link down below to buy me a coffee, which I would love because that's the fuel I use for these late nights till 4 a.m. working on content for you. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and let's continue to move in silence.